Hey guys. Okay, let's try. Okay, here we go. I think the audio will be okay. Okay, so today, well, we're almost past, almost to midnight, I guess, huh? So it's 9/11, 2024. Um, you can hate me, you can unsubscribe, but if you're not in the US and you're not like above the age of 55, I urge you to listen to your elders and listen to an American person that really did, um, I shouldn't even say this, really did scratch my way to the top, so to speak. At the moment, I'm injured from an accident, but I'm always hoping that gets better. And so I had a lot to reflect on today. And I was watching Jason's documentary, or doing, I'm sorry, his video that he did today, Jason Goodman's, on, excuse me, I had a protein shake. It's kind of on when he was walking past where the World Trade Centers, plural, were, the Twin Towers. And, back in 2001, I mean, I was selling medical devices, blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to blah, blah over that, but, and I remember the night before I had taken a walk and it was chilly, but I remember exactly what I was wearing. A very cute sweater I bought from Anthropology, and it was long. It was like a midi, and it had a hood, has a hood. Or no, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Two pockets and these really cool buttons. I mean, this is how detailed I can remember stuff. And And the next day I was doing a temp job. They wanted to hire me, but it was just a little bit out of control. I'd been there for several months. I'd never intended on staying that long. And I was looking for another job. But, and I had been there from May um, through, I think, October 1st. I resigned from the position. I just said, it's enough. And, yeah, they were, kind of working me a little bit. Um, the reason why I didn't want to stay there, I remember this, and I was really upset about it, is that they decided to, I was there to help the person in that position that I had to complete a project, entering computer data and filling in for her while she was at lunch and stuff like that. So she could get the project completed, or she was going to show me how to do it, something like that. And the whole entire, it was actually a department in a hospital in the city here. I'm glad I did not stay at that job. That would have caused me a lot of problems. But anyway, because I would have been probably, I think you can put in 10 years and get retirement, right? But anyway, um, so they actually fired her, gave her 2 weeks severance pay. I am not shitting. And wanted to bring me on because people in the hospital said, well, we like this one so much better. And they were they liked me better than her. And the doctors and nurses mainly nurses I was working with, doing continuing education credits, they liked me so much better. And they're like, well, she's, the exact opposite. We can't get any help from this one. We don't like her. I mean, they actually overwhelmed the head of the department with so many phone calls that they fired her in order to bring me on. And she had been there for many years. Now, do you know how uncomfortable that made me feel? So, this is what I was going through during that time. And eventually, in my head, I was planning on leaving. I don't think I told them yet because, like I said, I could have stopped working there anytime I wanted to. And it was very close to where I lived. And I was walking, the parking lot was, it was almost, do I want to say, about a half a mile. And I thought it was good exercise. It was a beautiful summer out that year, a beautiful spring. It was a beautiful fall, and it was sunny out, and the sun was coming down on my back as I was walking west to get to the entrance and take the elevator to where I worked. And when I got up on the floor, which was probably right at 8 o'clock Central Time, so that would have been 9 o'clock Eastern. But during the time it took for me to walk and get up to my desk, so say if it hit at like 10 to 9 Eastern, I got out of my car at probably 22 because it took me that long to walk to the office building and to take the elevator up. It wasn't just like get in your car and get out of your car and pop in. It wasn't like that. So as I enter the office, someone has a black and white TV on or a small color TV. They had a TV set going because they had a VCR hooked up to it because they were playing uh, instructional tapes. And, it was just local news we were getting. And they piped in, the ABC feed or NBC or whatever. And everyone was huddled around this TV. And I'm like, well, hi, good morning. And I sat down, I put my stuff down, and they said, oh my God, a plane hit the World Trade Center. I said, what? And it was right before the second plane. And I was like freaking out. I was the only conservative. And everyone else there was just, a flaming anti-Bush lib. And again, if you weren't in your 30s, established, making money, paying taxes, paying taxes, paying taxes, paying taxes. I stress that because it was like 2/3 more under Clinton, and it was just killing me. And I was just like, oh my God, it was like I was giving up, until that election. I was just like, what is the fucking point? And then, the doors, again, it was like the doors opened up and you're like, oh my God, this is great. I can do this. I can remodel my house. I can go on vacation. I can buy a new car. I've never bought a new car off the lot before. I could do all these things with the money I made. Yes, I still paid taxes, but I wasn't paying, I think it was 30 state and 40 federal, or 38%. Plus we have almost a quarter of our income state. And I just was like I remember putting so much time into it. And I said to myself, what is the point? And then suddenly, again, it's just you get someone there that makes changes that help you as, you know, quote Kamala Harris, a middle class person. But I was way above middle class because I didn't have any debt, you know, because I was able to get rid of all that too. So, except for, excuse me, living expenses, for example. So I'm watching this 9/11 shit on the History Channel here. No, actually, I sat down for just a moment, and then I got caught up in about an hour worth of searches because I am ticked off. Because guess what? The United States apparently is no longer, or at least on Spectrum cable, it might be different on a satellite dish. It's very, very possible, which I would prefer, but I'm not going to have a dish hanging off my window here. I'm not doing it. And I don't even think I can. Most apartments don't let you anyway, um, because it looks really unsightly. And I don't even see anyone with a dish anyway. Not here, not in this neighborhood, because it looks like shit. And, well, it all depends where you live. If that's all you can get, then that's a different story. But most apartments don't allow that. And you are no longer able to see the towers being hit. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do it here. Now, I have another computer that's hooked up to my TV. So I spent like an hour and I was, of course, I was doing a few other things, the usual, swearing and oh shit and fuck and this and that and the other, because I couldn't find it and I was getting more and more pissed. And I went on archive.org. I've got another one going on archive.org right now. But these brothers, the Jules Naudet, the Naudet brothers or Naudet from France, were putting together this video. So we, as a channel, are going to pay tribute to the people that died during this time. No matter who did it, what did it, and no matter what these, excuse me, the fucking Gen Zers say about this shit. This is a major ass deal. And I was listening to Jason. I remember in 2012, the spot that he was walking around, there was a restaurant. I don't know if it's still open. It's sort of, middle scale where, we stopped off for lunch, and I was with my mom and she was bitching because she thought it was too expensive. I don't know why she'd bitch about that. It was $1 more for something than what she was accustomed to paying. I mean, just the piddly ass shit. I just always, just the whole entire time to make a point of that. You're sitting down for an hour and a half and the other person that's with you is bitching the entire time, which kind of ruins your whole day. Honestly, that was the last time I took her anywhere. I'm like, that's it. I still traveled. That's when I started to decide to travel alone. I thought, well, I mean, I can't even, all I'm doing is listening to someone complain, about a bill that's $2 more than what she wanted to pay. See, I'm remembering this and I remembered it and I thought, oh gosh, you know what? I think I'll just turn this on. It was about 9:15 at night, 2 hours, okay. And and then I put some stuff on record and came back and I said to myself, they're not showing the planes hitting the towers anymore. I thought, what the fuck is this? I guess people are so buried down in bullshit right now that they're more interested in watching the fucking MTV Video Music Awards than uh, remembering history, not just, and instead say, oh, it's George W. Bush. He was reading a book. What a fucker. And it was his fault and he did it. Really? Because Hillary Clinton was in that White House with Bill. And you still have, what was Richardson putting down his pants anyway? From the archives. That's okay. Biden can do it. That's fine. You can take showers with your daughter. You can do all that shit. That's totally cool. Oh, it doesn't matter that he was smoking a crack pipe, raping women on some FBI file that we'll never find out about. But you can't see this. So we're going to watch it. And when I can dig up the second tower, because it took me an hour to find this, it's probably just my computer or the speed of my internet or just maybe me.
Did we get on that? I had one.
So we'll play it one more time, won't we?
Did we get on that? I had one. I had one.
And just like that, a police state was introduced into the United States. There we go. So we are going to stop it. And I don't know. I hope I don't get censored or something by YouTube on this. I had to hit. There's actually. I mean, this is bullshit. Are we that babied down and dumbed down that we are no longer allowed to see this? This was all over everything for the first years up until I don't want to say I forgot about it, but last year I had just gotten out of the hospital. The year before that, I was taking care of my dad. Um, the year before that, I was taking care of my mom. The year before that, I can't remember. Well, I actually was having. Well, I think it was COVID. It's just it gets a little bit, where you don't think about it. But today I had time to think about it. So, yeah, please don't leave negative comments about this situation. Just think of what would have happened if that would have been you and you were destroyed in an instant. So